Irregular Choice Magic Embers. These shoes are so pretty. These are part of the second Fairy Toadstool collection that was released on the 7th of April 2023. We also had the Scarlet Elf Cuff, which were released on the same day, and we originally had this heel back in August 2018. There was 2 different shoes in like 5 colours and a pair of boots in 3 different colours that were released. These are the boots from the original collection, and then we had a new pair of shoes and a new pair of boots released in April 2023. And you can see the review of the boots separately. I will put a link below, and all of these fairy heels are on my release guide, so you can see all the different versions that were released. These are most similar to Ember Star World, which were a shoe shape like this, although it didn't have this lip here, and it had bigger flowers and like a solid fake leatherette fabric rather than an embroidered flower fabric. So they are quite different to anything that we've had before. And should we take a look? So there is like different patterns going on in the fabric, which means that you get different patterns on different shoes, because it's like an all over print, so that the print you get all depends on how the shoe is cut. So for example, the insides are very similar, but the outsides are different, and that's just part of Irregular Choice. No 2 shoes are going to look the same, even if they're in a pair. That's just how it goes. For me, it normally doesn't bother me, but I think having such a difference in the 2 different shoes here would make it difficult for me to style them. I would only be able to choose like solid colours, I think, because there's too much going on. You'd have to pick a I think to style them, I'd have to kind of just ignore the fabric and focus on the flowers, which are in 3 different colours. So I think I would go for that blue with the flower and just do it all in one colour. I've actually got a dress that colour that I think would have gone with these if I was keeping them. But I think even just by looking at them, I'm only going to keep one fairy heel because I can't justify having multiple. And Angelica Pearson are kind of my choice over these, I'm afraid. But we'll keep looking at them. So they have a size range of 36 to 43, which is the standard sizes. They're not part of the extended sizes. And they do have a 3 centimetre platform and an 11.5 centimetre heel. But when you take off the platform, it's kind of more like walking in something between a Nick of Time and a banjo, if that makes sense, because it's kind of, it would put it like at 8.5, which is somewhere between the 2. So although it is high, it doesn't feel as high as it is because of that platform. They have an RRP of £195 and they are exclusive to Irregular Choice. So they're only available on the Irregular Choice website and from the 3 stores, which are now Melbourne, Brighton and Mexico City, I think. Yeah. So let's take a look at the flowers. They're so pretty. I love the pink and blue together. I think that's beautiful. I love that it's a darker blue as well. It's a very rich dark blue. I'm loving that colour. It's actually a little bit like my nails. Yeah, loving that blue colour. And the fabric choice is so pretty as well. It's got like a shimmer to it. And as I said, you will get different ones on different shoes. So let's look at this fabric as well. It's like embroidered fabric. I think I said in my live that if you had like a really cool older relative who had like really cool like curtains or furniture, this is the type of fabric that it would be in. Like, it feels quite retro, and not retro, it feels old-fashioned but in a good way, if that makes sense. Vintage is the word. It feels vintage in a cool way. They are part of the Spring Summer 2023 collection. So they have the Spring Summer Soul, the prettiest books that I think we've had for a while, and the pink version of the Toy Story Clouds paper. So I think all that's left to do is to do the walk test. So these fit me really well. I went with my usual size, which is a 40. They are on the snugger side, so I definitely would not size down in these. I think if you're between sizes, I would go up rather than down, just because they don't have much give. They're not going to stretch that much, and they are tight. They're narrow and tight, which is good for me. But I think if you're on the edge of sizes, I would go up rather than down. I wouldn't size down in these. And they are really comfy to walk in, but then I love heels. But I think because you've got that platform, it does put you higher without the effort, because you've got the platform doing the work for you. And they're just so pretty. It's a shame I can't keep, I would love to keep all 3 fairy heels, the 2 new ones and my old ones, but I just can't justify having more than 1 pair. So I think if these ever end up in a sale, I would be buying them, and I might regret them if they sell out, that I don't own them. But I have a bit too much of a need for similar to be able to cope with the differences. I know people love the differences, but for me it's a bit too much of a difference between the 2 shoes. But they are beautiful. I love them, and I have like a perfect outfit that I could do with them as well that would really show them off. I like the simplest outfit. It would be a dress this colour, this flower, and then I think like a mustard tights to pull that in, and that would be it. And then I'd just go and stand near some really beautiful trees or something and do photos if I could wear them outside. I think a mint tie would look really pretty as well, but with just a navy dress. And I have like the perfect navy dress, and nobody's ever going to get to see this outfit because I don't own these shoes and I'm sending them back. But it's the right thing to do because I prefer these. Sorry, but I know some people are going to absolutely love these shoes, and I am sad about sending these back and about sending Scarlet Elf Cuff back as well, but I just can't keep them all. And it is good to see them in person because we don't have any shops nearby now. My closest shop is Lincoln, I think, if it's got, well actually these are exclusive, so my closest shop would be Brighton, so you can't see them in person and try them on in the shop, which is sad. So you have to kind of order them and then decide if you like them or not, and sadly I'm just not in love with them enough. But there's nothing wrong with the shoe, other than make sure you size up and not down, and if you can cope with the different patterns. These were Irregular Choice Magic Embers fairy heels, and I will put them like that. You made it to the end, thank you. If you'd like more shoes, more reviews, more news, what else can we get to rhyme? Then you can subscribe to this channel, or you can go to the website, Instagram or Facebook. All the information is in the description of this video. Thank you very much. Bye.